brothers and sisters. Today's topic, I'm going to talk about seed versus the womb. Now, before I get started, I want to issue a disclaimer. I am not an expert on the above topic, and I'm just going to go off the top of my head. You know, these are basically things that I pretty much know, and just I'm dealing with nature in general. And the backdrop or the additional topic that I want to cover also kind of intertwined with this topic is the so-called biracial children, or children of different nationalities. So first, let's break down the seed. Now, by definition, the seed is a ripened plant ovum containing an embryo. Now, that can also be considered sperm, etc., you know, the water of life. Now, a womb is a place where something is generated. So in essence, you have to put or place the seed inside of the womb, which is common knowledge, or it should be at least. Now, to paint a picture, so those of you who want to go a little deeper, so y'all can get a better grasp of what it is exactly that I'm trying to explain, or the point that I'm trying to convey. Let's just say, for example, you take any said individual and blindfold them, making them ignorant to the fact of what is eventually going to take place. So you instruct them to open both hands, and inside each hand you place a seed in each. On one hand, an apple seed, and inside the other hand, an orange seed. So you then instruct them to separately plant each seed, and eventually the seeds will grow into a tree. Eventually the trees will bear fruit. Now, I said all of that to say that once the seed has been planted, then no matter what you do, the apple seed will produce an apple tree, and the orange seed will produce an orange tree. So by using that analogy of the seed, tree, and the fruit, could the same be said if translated to the human or mankind form? So for example, you take an original man, which is the black man, and take his seed, and then you place it inside the womb of the original woman, the black woman, which by nature is righteous, and you give him the proper thoughts, food, environment, you would in turn produce a child of righteousness. But you take our polar opposite, or mankind, and they produce a seed, and the seed will be produced unrighteous. So you can get a little bit of grasp of the very nature of the white man. So I'll just have the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad break it down for you.
The characteristics of the white man is evil. He was made like that through nature, now we say. Naturally he was made like that. We would say then the devil. We can say a devil cat out there, a devil element, a devil we could call most any grafted thing a devil, you see. But actually when we say Satan, we mean a man or a people that their wickedness is not, say, confined to themselves. It spreads, and the others is affected by their wickedness. And the white man, we say, is the devil. Why? Because of his weak, physically coming into being from original man, aboriginal people of the earth.
Now that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has given you the etymology of the white man, now you can see how if the seed of this individual or the womb of that individual could play a part in the fruit that has been bared. So you take the seed of the black man and place it inside the womb of the white woman, and you have the seed, which is righteous by nature, placed inside the womb of the unrighteous. You still have the seed. Now think back to the apple and the orange tree example that I gave you earlier. Now, another example where a seed of light or righteousness is born that came from an infested by nature womb can be the great black leaders that America has produced or bared over the years. you can have the aforementioned Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You also have the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Marcus Garvey, and you also have Noble Drew Ali. All of these individuals, you know, was produced inside the filthy womb of America. Marcus Garvey, not so much, but let's just, for argument's sake, you know, Jamaica, America, same thing. Now let's look at the other end of the spectrum. You have the original woman, which is the black woman, and the colored graphite or caveman, which is the white man, whatever you, which name you prefer to call him, doesn't matter to me. You have a seed which is unrighteous, then given the above aforementioned examples that I gave earlier, they would condemn this union, right? But the black woman carries the mitochondria DNA, so that in essence is essential to the very universe in general and the very basis of black civilization. So using simple mathematics, you take the negative, which is the white man's sperm, with the black woman's womb, positive, but you got to also keep in mind that in atoms, you know, in the atom of life, you have protons, neutrons, and electrons. So you take the two negatives, multiply them, and you get a positive. But you know what I said earlier about the seed? I know you're probably thinking, what about that scenario you asked? Well, in this case, which is, you know, this was kind of stumped me on this, but this is what I would consider a paradox. And a paradox, to give you a better example so I can paint this picture for you, a paradox is defined as a seemingly contradictory statement that may nonetheless be true.